safe by living in the third world countries. Okay, you're not safe because that industry you're in, that person might just have a conference in the abroad and come home with a new something with an AI. You might not even see the thing. They might just come home, please incorporate it, and they'll say, okay, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, we may not need you again, go home. You're not safe, all right? You're not safe. But I would also like to balance this up by saying, in today's era and times, right, as jobs are being lost, new jobs are going to be created. And the people that are what going to be hired are people who are digitally literate, okay? People who has technical know-how, all right? So digital transformation here, I said, is a process of using digital technologies to create new one, all right? Creating new, or modifying existing, okay? It is either introducing something new or modifying what is existing. We are, Adora is not in Nigeria. Some of us here is not in the same place where I am currently, all right? But we are all on this space, right? Learning, looking at each other's faces, all right? And discussing. This wasn't so in the near 5 years ago. This wasn't as advanced as it is 5 years ago. It wasn't so 20 years ago. All right. That is what digital transformation is doing. It's either creating new or modifying the existing business processes, culture, and customer experience to meet changing business and market requirements. All right. So the use of what technology, digital technologies to make life better. I talk about this TV show, Silicon Valley. I've watched more than 6 or 7 times. Okay. And there's something that they always talk about, all the tech guys that were in that, when they are pitching, they always say to make the world a better place. And that is what technology is trying to do. Okay. Whether we say is Antichrist, is the end of time, whatever, technology is making things, making life, making the world a better place. That is their basic or their primary purpose of introducing tech. All right. So that's for digital transformation. Like I said, this is a course of its own, right? I just needed to bring this in. At least if you've never heard the word digital transformation before, now you've heard it. All right. So the next is what's the first about okay, so I have a quote here. If you're tech phobia, you're building hurdles. So if you're tech phobia, you're building hurdles taller than you can jump. And if you're tech ignorant, you're setting yourself up for career failure. Okay. Phobia is fear of tech. There are some people that once you just call them, okay, you're going to use your laptop to do this. They're about it. It's better you just tell them, okay, this is a 4-story building, jump down. All right. And then there are the ones that are tech ignorant. Okay. They are setting themselves up for what? Career failure. And I've already given you some of the reasons why this is going to be so. So what's the first about digital literacy? A lot of people are just, I hear people say, everybody must not know digital media. Everybody must not be technically inclined. Everybody must not know technology. Everybody must not be on social media. Everybody, and so on and so forth. But do not be like those other people. At least for being here, you saw this topic, digital literacy. It already means that you are someone interested in what? Digital literacy, okay? So first off is job security. So I said, if as time goes on, every new day, somebody's AI is going to replace somebody's certificate, is going to replace somebody's job. And then I also balanced it by saying, as that AI is coming in, new jobs are going to be what? Created. Okay, new jobs are going to be created. I don't know if any of us witnessed or attended Facebook's or Meta's introduction of the metaverse last year. Okay, he said a lot of things. He said it's going to create hundreds of thousands of jobs, and it's already even in the motion, right? Funding projects that are going to be teaching people how to use the metaverse. He talked about the educational aspect of the metaverse. All right. He talked about how people can also learn in the metaverse. All right. In fact, it's even more beautiful than when we just sit in the classroom and they just make us imagine heaven and earth. And then at the end, fill us with notebooks and everything. Okay. So job security, when you are digitally literate, okay, when you have digital literacy, you are not just securing your current job. All right. You're not just securing your current job, but you're making yourself employable to new media. All right. You're making yourself employable to what? To new technology, whatever thing that comes up in your field of interest. Okay. You are still making yourself relevant. The next one is improvement in teaching approach. Okay. So traditionally, a teacher will go into the classroom and with a chalk or with a marker and start writing on the chalkboard and then make the children imagine. Have you ever been to? But today, I've been to classrooms that have interactive whiteboards. The children get to see images of those stuffs and so on and so forth. Now, in the metaverse, they now want to give you goggles that you can even experience what they are teaching. If they are teaching about sub-Sahara places and geography and wants you to check out the moon, check out there's going to be Google lenses, all right. There's going to be what is it called? VR boxes, VR realities, all right, that you can use to experience what is being taught. All right, improvement in teaching approach. Okay, so not just that, you can also use PowerPoint. Like I'm using PowerPoint right now. I know it's not in all schools that they even use PowerPoint and all. You can use PowerPoint to make the class more interactive, actually display images of those things, play videos of those things, all right, for the teachers or for the students or the learners to understand what you are teaching. Okay. So the next one is your students' response to technology. Now, this is very important. Over time now, I've been in contact with schools and we've been able to interact with students and so on and so forth. There's this show, Kids Say the Darnest Things. All right. The worst thing that can happen to you as a teacher is that your student is more technically inclined. All right. Is your student is more techie inputs than you are. The worst thing that can happen to you, okay, especially when you're teaching high schoolers, that your student is more tech inclined than you are, because they're going to come up with different things. Okay, we heard about this. So have you heard about NFT? What if your student asks you, maybe you're teaching economics, for instance, or you're teaching something that has to do with finance, and your students have heard of NFT, and they come to ask you, so have you heard of NFT? What do you have to say about NFT? Do you think it's going to have any impact in the economy tomorrow? And you stand like this and start looking. Just imagine yourself. Trust me, you have lost their respect. Okay, you have totally lost their respect. When we went to one of the schools where we are in Abuja, so we were conversing with the kids because they were having issues with the instructors. So I went to Abuja to, see this, to understand that, their questions can knock you off balance. Okay. And their conversations, especially when you're even about to talk to them about technology, right? When you're talking to them about technology, they're going to be bringing up questions relating to tech. All right. And then you're not able to respond to it. You lose it. Like right there. It's better that they carry cold water and pour on your body than for you to not answer your student's tech question. You're gone. Okay. So what students' response to technology, this is why, all of this is why what I'm talking about, why you need to be interested in becoming digitally literate. All right. Why you need to be interested in digital literacy. Okay. So next up here, we have, okay, next up here, some digital tools that you need to be interested in. There are several of them. Okay. I wish I would actually have had the time to put up a practical session, but I will just give you, how to get to learn about them. All right. So we have 8 persons here. Okay, 9 persons on the call. Okay, who have not heard of Canva before, whether Canva mobile application or Canva on desktop. If you've never heard of Canva before, Please raise your hand. I want to give you a gift. I have a gift for you. I'm serious. I have a gift for you. If you've never heard of Canva before, just raise your hand. Raise your hand. I see Mohammed. Awesome. Who else? I see one hand. Okay, I see Babatunde. Babatunde, I know you've heard of Canva before. Is it because I said the gift? All right, guys. So Canva is a holistic application, right? Canva is not just a design application, it's holistic. There are several things that Canva can do for you as a teacher, all right? Both in terms of maybe making PowerPoint for your classes, and even to the point of creating lesson notes for your classes. All right. There are several things. There are videos now on Canva that you can use Canva to. There are illustrations. Canva makes it easy for just anyone, right, to jump on the platform and, create stuff. All right. Create stuff that it's supposed to aid your teaching. Okay. So these digital tools, of course, I said, are meant to what? Improve your teaching practice, makes it easier for you. So instead of you to carry long notes and enter your class, see, let me tell you, let me add this. If you want to gain respect of your students, all right, of your learners, do things unconventionally, right? Teach them unconventional. So what do I mean by this? Every time a teacher is supposed to walk into the class, all right, with a lesson notes and everything, that's handouts, textbook and everything, and come and dump it in the class. This time, when you're walking into the class, walking with a tablet, walking with a smartphone alone, and let them wonder, where is your book? Where's this one's book? All right. Once you are beginning to package yourself as that teacher that knows what's up, and you tell them, okay, guys, so at the end, I would want to get all of your emails. After this, I'm going to mail the lesson notes to you. They're going to, what's going on here? All right. You're trying to redefine what they think, their approach to learning. And trust me, they're going to find you more interesting than some of these guys, okay? Especially when you're teaching in schools that has all the digital facilities, maybe they have interactive whiteboard, that even makes it sweeter for you, all right? The school I was in, Abuja, all right? They still do the conventional things because I know their teachers are still outdated, but they have all the things I'm talking about in that classroom, but who is using it? Okay. All right. So you need to first off learn how to use Canva. Now, Kahoot is another application that makes quiz. All right. That makes essay or examination or tests or assignments funnier. All right. Funnier, INER. Okay. So it makes quiz and examination fun. All right. Even in the classroom, before you enter the class, you should have prepared a Kahoot quiz to check on their learning, check on their understanding or comprehension of what you taught them. I know I'm just saying these things in words or in theories. These are actually things that you need to practice, all right? So, but you need to find out more about them. Okay, go on Google, ask how to use Canva. You see millions of videos. Go on Google, ask how to use Kahoot, everything, all right? So Kahoot makes it fun, all right? You already get their names and everything and key it in. And when the class is over, when you want to give them like a quiz or test of knowledge or whatever, you use Kahoot, okay? Remember, I'm talking about you want to redefine education or teaching practice, okay? For the sake of getting them to see you as this teacher is not like every other teacher, all right? Provided you're in Nigeria, they don't do it, okay? So I've been to some of the best schools. They have all the gadgets. I won't mention the name of the school in Lagos State. Their school fees is 2 million naira, 2 million plus. Okay. But I was not impressed by the teachers in that school. I think I need to even, Babatunde, please, I need to write a CV. I need to apply. I want to teach. All right. I wasn't impressed with the teachers in that school. Okay. They had all the gadgets, but they are not using it. Okay. So that's Kahoot. Another one is Explain Everything. I can't remember the year I met Explain Everything. I think it was within the peak of COVID, right? Explain Everything is another really awesome application, especially in terms of online classes. Okay, I'm going to still bring in these things. Remember this thing. So I'm not just talking about this thing so that when you go to the school where you're studying, where you're teaching, all right, you use them. I'm still going to bring this back up, all right, when I'm talking about benefits of digital literacy. Okay, I have something sweet for you in that section. So the next one is Google Classroom. You should have heard of it. Google Drive, Google Form. I used Google Form the last time I was invited here, and I showed you how you can set up quiz, actual CBT on Google Form and everything right there. Okay, so take note of all of these. There are several more, all right, but these are like most, like essentials, all right, that is going to help improve your teaching practice. Okay, so now let's jump on the benefits. So this is the part where you're going to take away every distraction that is around you, and we'll now get into the business of the day. Okay, so this is actually what I am here to talk about: benefits of digital literacy. First off is personal development. So I'd already mentioned it by passing in the previous slide that if you want to get the students to see you as a demigod, because you can actually see students respect teachers that do not do things conventionally, right? They respect teachers. I've been a student before and I've been working with kids. Okay, they respect you when you have some level of knowledge that every other teacher around them don't have. If you don't do things the way every other teacher does, all right, they respect you. Okay, so digital literacy is what is another way of developing yourself further as a teacher. All right, developing yourself more as an educator. Okay, so that's one. The next one is keeping up with technological trends in your field. So just as I said that somebody's AI, right, can replace you as a teacher. And I also mentioned that that same AI can also provide another level of job, all right, another level in your job description, okay, can also provide another opportunity for you to apply, all right, to stay relevant in your what, in that field. Okay, so keeping up with technological trends in your field, please start learning about education in the metaverse. If you don't know what to talk about or research on, please research more on education in the metaverse. All right, find out how education is going to be, find out what you need to start doing right now to keep yourself relevant in the case of the metaverse coming to be. Guess what? You're not just going to, when the metaverse finally takes place, all right, you can be in Nigeria and become a teacher in the US. You can be in Nigeria and be teaching in anywhere in the world, because the metaverse takes off every border from everywhere, and from anywhere in the world you can now relate as if you're living in the US, you're living in anywhere in the world. All right, so study more on what education in the metaverse, or yes, education in the metaverse. So the next one, just like the second, is what, maintaining relevance in your niche. Okay, maintaining relevance in your niche. So I mentioned about banking sector that when ATM was introduced, a lot of bankers lost their job. But guess what? They hired engineers. They hired engineers, right? So as they are sacking bankers, they hired engineers that are going to ensure that those machines are working properly. Okay, but then they also kept some persons that, okay, we can train these ones because they seem to, be able to get acquainted with this new technology or new media. We can train them. They kept those ones. All right. And guess what? Your employees are actually seeing everything that you're doing. You might feel like nothing is going on, but they know who is who in the school. All right. There's always somebody in the educators, you teachers, all right, that the principal or the head of school will always call up and say, what do you think about this? Because they know who is who in the school. Okay, they know those ones that are just taking salaries and they cannot replace them yet. They're just waiting for something to come up so that they can replace them. Okay, so you want to keep up being relevant in that field, all right, in your school or in the educational sector. You need to what, be digitally literate. Okay, so the next one is ability to teach beyond classrooms. Yes, so I'm going to bring it together with be your own boss. All right, okay, let me drop the mic and adjust myself. All right, so if you are here, all right, and your only source of income is a school that you go to and make money at the end of the month, they pay you, then term closes, you go home and relax, then come back next term, and they continue to pay you monthly. Then this time, I want to speak to you, all right? So, ability to teach beyond classrooms, okay? Um, I have teachers that take my classes, okay? So one of them, I told her what to do. I told her that since you love this teaching so well, right, you can start holding your own classes outside your school. I know most of you have heard of to tutorial or something. There's this one that invited you lessons. All right, you've heard of you lessons. There's another one. There's another one. Um, uh, there's another one. They sent an email to me. Their name started with S something something. All right. These are what educational technologies, and these are what teachers that came out to try to redefine education. Now they may have done this in a bigger way. So I'm not going to talk about okay, higher developers and start talking about how to. No, I'm not going to talk about that. I want to talk about how you, as a teacher, all right, can stay what, can start making your own money, can become your own boss still as a teacher, provided you love to teach. I always like to talk about businesses that people, or talk to people who are passionate about what they are doing, how to make a lot more profit from what they are doing. All right. I like to talk to this aspect or this category of people more than the people that are looking for ways to make money. Okay. Provided you have that passion for teaching kids. All right. You teach English, you teach whatever, okay? You can actually develop a brand, all right, as an online educator, okay? Whereby, number one, parents can what, connect with you to teach their kids online. Parents can also connect with you to for home trainings, okay? So how do you do this? Branding yourself as an educational or online educator, okay? Brand yourself as an online educator, especially when maybe you are when you teach mathematics or all these subjects that are difficult to understand or children find difficult to comprehend or understand in school. Okay, you can begin teaching those stuffs on YouTube. Okay, you can teach those stuffs on Instagram. You can teach those stuffs on Facebook or even on TikTok, where there are lots of children there. Okay, you can begin to what the thing is you just need to find a way to teach it like it is not a classroom subject. If you're still going to come and tell them, okay, everybody sit down, A is for apple, B is for, the same way they will hear it in school, nothing is going to distinguish you from just the classroom things. Okay, you want to what, prove to the you want to prove to the parents, all right, that you have discovered another way to teach mathematics to their children and they will understand it. Okay? You want to prove to them that you've discovered another way to teach geography, to teach physics, to teach biology or science topics, all right? And they would what, understand it. And it's not just by telling them, but by proving it based on your what, content. So if you're a teacher, you need to get interested in what social media branding is about. You need to get interested in content creation. You need to get interested in how to sit down on the camera and shoot a good video, put it up there, make it child friendly and everything, post it out there so that people can what, use that to what, see how competent, prove your competence and authority in that aspect, in that subject. Okay, so that's for that. Another one is you can actually begin to apply, all right, to online schools, okay, online edtechs, all right. Like I talked about, uh, there's this people, still, I think it's you lesson, not you lesson. There's another one. They always send emails about wanting teachers, wanting online instructors. Okay, there's a lady that took that signed enrolled their kids in our digital skill training, and she was asking me if I know anybody that is into online education, like that teaches a geography, physics online. She's living in Austria. Okay, she's living in Austria. She has probably looked for all of these people online and couldn't find them because every teacher thinks that is only when you have a when you have a contract in a school and then you go there to teach before you can start earning a living as an instructor or as a teacher. No. Okay. So I said two things you must do. First off, you need to learn about social media branding. If your Facebook page or your Instagram page is just handicapped, you just go there to cash cruise, please quit. Okay, right now, quit, make a decision to revamp your social media presence and position yourself as an educator. All right, write your bio. I am an educator and I teach, and that. Okay, so the next one is get interested in content creation. The only way that people get to what you get to prove your competence online is what based on is your content creation, is your content. Content is what proves you competent to handle that value you are proposing to handle for people. Okay. So you do not what need to just be attached to a school. I say this a lot. The internet have made it such that you don't need a boss before you can become a boss. You don't need a boss before you can earn a living. You don't need to be attached to any firm before you can start earning a living. The internet, social media specifically did what? Bridged the gap, all right, between a service provider and the people that need the service. Is this service needer? The service provider and the ones that need the service, okay? The clients and the experts, okay? That is what social media did for you that you do not even see, that most of us don't see, okay? On social media, there are parents right on social media that you can connect with and tell them, I can teach your kids online, okay? I can teach your kids at home, okay? And they get to pay their big money that they pay, okay? Especially when you connect with big parents, okay? They get to pay you well, all right, for you to what? Teach online, okay? So that brings me again, all of these tools is going to what? Be very essential to you if you ever take the decision or want to apply or implement what I am talking about tonight, okay? If you ever take the decision that you want to start your own online classes online, right? If you want to start your own classes online, then you're going to be needing all of this. You can even go right ahead to discuss with some other educators, the ones that are competent in English, the ones that are competent in, let me even give you, this just got into my mind. You can actually set up an online school, right? You can set up an online school, collaborate with other teachers or educators, teach them all of these tools. This is how to use it, this is how to use this and do that, all right? And you have people that teach English, physics, blah, blah, and all of those. So maybe you can even do essential subjects, okay? Biology, chemistry, physics, English, math, or you can do online jam school, whatever, online WIEC preparatory class, online, anything at all. You know, all those professional examinations, certificate examinations that they write in schools, okay? You can set it up online, have a brand that holds that, so that you run your ads, target parents that we are going to be teaching your children online in the night. Some parents, is anything that will keep their children reading, studying, they'll grab the course, okay? They'll grab the course and enroll their children on your class. And guess what? Like, I think JAM is forthcoming, Abi WAEC, I don't know, whichever exam that is forthcoming, you have between now and whenever that exam is going to hold to run massive ads on that. If you don't know how to run ads, hire somebody to do it for you, or you too. That's another way. Digital literacy, right? Learn how to run Facebook advertising, all right? I did not mention it, but it's very important. Like, in fact, if you have air breathing through your nostrils, you should know how to run Facebook ads profitably, efficiently, effectively, right? You should know how to run Facebook ads, except if you want to hire people, they will charge the hell out of you and you may not even get anything from it, okay? So run ads, call up your other educators, 5 persons, 4 persons. If you feel you can do the whole job alone, call up students, teach them online how to understand these things, provided that you know what you're doing. You have proof that these are the people I've taught that made straight A's, 350 over 400, or what, you know, that had good results in their SAT exams, all right? These are already proof that parents will run after you with their children. Please take my money, teach him, okay? Provided it's online, parents now allow their kids to study online, to learn online. So this is why, if you're not digitally literate, you cannot take advantage of all of these opportunities or ideas that I'm sharing. Okay, so to end, I'm still going back to this quote I made here, right? I said here, if you're tech phobia, you're building hurdles. You know, when you're running a hurdle race where you keep jumping and jumping, right? You're building the one taller than you that you can't jump. And if you're tech ignorant, you're setting yourself up for career failure, because it's going to take just 1% sitting down and coding an AI to what? Sack you from that job and make you irrelevant in your field. And that is why, to salvage this situation and to help yourself, you need to what? Pay very close attention to becoming digitally literate. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you. Thank you in both ends. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Fredrick. That was so enlightening. This was what I really wanted us to, this was what we really wanted today, just for teachers to see that they need to be digital literate. It's really beyond the classroom. I mean, like, I don't know how many people know Teachers Pay Teachers. That was one website at the time when I started teaching that really inspired me, because on Teachers Pay Teachers, you see teachers creating resources. I mean, resources that you would not even think are necessary in the classroom. They are creating resources. You see some people having like, they'll tell you organizers, just buy your organizers where they've already marked, okay, this is for math, this is for English. These organizers, what are they? It's just drawer, plastic drawer that you just buy. They really set it up to be really nice.
Wow.
And so, or if you go to Teachers Pay Teachers, you really have an idea of what other teachers around the world are doing. They don't just depend on their salaries at all. If it's creating content, and it is something that I've been trying to do lately as well, just what I'm learning in school, try to teach other people, which is something that teachers need to do as well. Whatever you learn, don't think that it is useless. There are people that have no idea. They really have no idea. They're just teachers, or they found themselves in the classroom, and so you think, what don't they know? Is it learning styles? They know it now. Trust me, some teachers do not, they have no idea. So try to, whatever you know, try to teach other people. It's also one way of creating content as well. And all, and I really love the fact that you mentioned not doing things the way other teachers do. And I think that was one thing that favored me in my last school. And I'm glad my colleague is here, Mr. Olakunle. Welcome. It's so good to have you here. It was one thing that I really did not like doing. I was the one teacher that you will see wearing hats to work and getting asked, why are you wearing hats to work? Because I'm like, can't I wear like a hat to work? Because I don't want to be like the usual teacher wearing face cap to work. I don't want to wear face cap to work. That's just one way. Or when I asked my head of school for a VR, a virtual reality headset, she was like, what are you using a virtual reality headset for? I'm like, it's for my science class, so we need to use a virtual reality headset. And my kids were excited. We said, Dora, when are we using our VR headset? I'm like, don't worry, in the next class, you're going to use it. So it was very exciting to go beyond the classroom and actually have virtual reality in the class, which was something that they've never experienced. Or me using Canva to create my PowerPoint slides. At the time, if I even had to, I'm glad I have another teacher here. So I had to train teachers on how to use Canva, because I'm like, I can't stress myself on creating PowerPoint. And again, at the time, I did not like PowerPoint that I had. It was boring. And Canva has everything. They already have like PowerPoint slides there. So it's just for me to edit and then use. So all of those things are really necessary. I use Kahoot a lot. My children love Kahoot. Even when there's nothing to prepare for, we just put the Kahoot for them. Let them just, enjoy themselves with schoolwork. So, but the amazing part, guys, about PowerPoint, the new PowerPoint is very interesting. I'm loving it even more than Canva. Funny enough, the new PowerPoint is interesting. On the new PowerPoint, I don't know, I think it's is it Windows? Is it for 10, version 10 or something? I don't even know. I didn't check, but it's really exciting. It comes with this Lenovo laptop. So
Canva will make me not even check any of that thing. Like
so on this new PowerPoint, you can record yourself while doing your PowerPoint slides. It has a recorder. It has an instructor there that can help you rehearse. So you have, I don't know how, I know it's AI and all of that. Yeah. So you can go through your slides. I mean, you can have your presentation live and you be getting feedback. So it's a live feedback on your presentation. Oh, you're having too many. So I use a lot of, it will tell me you're using a lot of that. You have to reduce it. And at the end, it gives you a breakdown of the performance of your presentation. And I'm like, what? So that's awesome. It's really nice. So, Mr. John is here. Welcome, sir. So good to have you. So good to have you here. So yes, there are many resources that we can use there. When I got here, I'm taking a course on instructional design, which is really amazing because it opens your eyes to different resources that are available. You also have Powtoons. Powtoon is also really nice especially for those in elementary school. You can use Powtoon, you can use Animaker, and those are really nice resources that you can use. And it says, well, you need to sensitize more on that. Yes, please feel free to go on a research spree because everything is online. I mean, that's part of growing our digital literacy. So I'll check for the version of PowerPoint and send to the community, so our group chats. I'll check it out. I tried checking one time, but I was like, why am I not seeing it? So what's going on? So please mention some of them on the WhatsApp group. Why I'll do that. Mr. Babasuni, please remind me, since you're the one mentioning it. I'll do that. So right now, this is currently live on YouTube. So once we are done from here, it's going to be up on YouTube so that you guys can go through the resources that have been available. Okay, no, Powtoons. That's Powtoon. Powtoon. Yeah. So do we have any questions? Thank you so much, Mr. Fredrick. This is so amazing. I mean, you feel when we think we know, we really don't know it all. So thank you so much. It was so great to have you here. Do we have questions we need to ask? Do we have questions? Please ask your question before we wrap up. We just have 4 more minutes to go. Do we have questions? Do you have any resources to share? Camtasia can also be used for video classes. You can edit and send it to students. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Bayo. Thank you. So we can take note of that as well. So do we have resources to share? Do we have resources to share? Me, I'm a video girl, so I love editing videos. That's one fun fact about me. I love editing videos. So anything on InShot and Canva, using those two together. So yes, I used it too while I was teaching, InShot and Canva a lot, Instagram as well, for reels and so what's to set up because you are. Yeah, so for reels, I try as much as possible to use my Instagram reels, which is something teachers should use as well. My children made Instagram videos in school. I mean, when we were in class, awesome. We create Instagram videos, and once I put it up, once I upload them, they'll be like, so represent me. I'm like, here you are, you've blown, you are global. So yeah, I also use that. Do we have questions, please, or resources that we want to share? Microsoft Educator Center is also a perfect instructional. Yes, please, by all means, leverage Microsoft Education Center. They have a lot of resources, and if you want to learn more, you can visit Mrs. Ife's page. She's a Microsoft certified trainer. She can train you, but if not, you can do it on your own. I mean, Mr. Olakunle, we did it on our own. We wrote the exam. Yes, Microsoft certified educators in the house. Hallelujah. Yeah. So do we have questions, resources, any other resource to share? Right now, I'm just trying to check for other resources that are available, international resources, I mean, that other teachers use outside of Nigeria. Any questions? Okay. I pray Nigeria's system will involve schools. Fredrick mentioned having those resources still don't want to involve. They still work on the small scale and are archaic in their usage of resources. Yes. Yes. Mr. Hussein. Yes. Microsoft. We are all Microsoft certified in whatever area. IXL. Please, what's IXL? What does it do? Please let us know so that other teachers can learn. We just have a minute more and we wrap up. I just want us to drop our resources. If you have resources to share with us, please just drop it in the chat so that other teachers can leverage. You have Microsoft, you have Google, everything Google is there. Google Docs, Google Forms, Google Drive, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, Microsoft everything. Quizzes, yes, quizzes. There's also Quizlet as well. So quizzes, you have Quizlet too. Any other resource before we go? Education.com, yes. Yes, Mr. John, thank you. Yes, education.com. That website is powerful. It has a lot. Twinkles. Education.com. Education.com, very powerful. And Generation Genius. I use Generation Genius a lot. It has everything. Lesson plan, your assessment, everything, videos, wonderful. Generation Genius. Generation Genius. Yeah, that's there. All right, we don't have any questions. We have to go. Thank you so much. IXL provides personalized learning along with real-time math diagnostic test. The diagnostic designs recommendations list based around areas you struggle. Oh, that's powerful. That's really nice. IXL. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Conley. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for being a part of today's community training. Please give us your feedback. Tell other people about the community training. Tell other people what you've learned. Ensure you share. One way that you can promote yourself, your brand, or you can also bring more people to your level, because you don't want to thrive alone. You want to thrive with every other person around you. So share what you've learned, share the resources that you have with other people. All right. Thank you so much for being with us today. Is there any platform I can leverage for students who want to write Cambridge or A-level? I don't know about that for now, but please, is there any, does anybody have an idea? Cambridge or A-level? I think even Cambridge.com itself would help. I think so. Oxford, Cambridge. There's one website like this that had, during the pandemic, they were sharing books, like they were giving off, they said people could access their books for free. I think is it Oxford or Cambridge? I can't remember. But please, does anybody have any resource, any platform for students writing Cambridge exams or A-level exams? Any platform? Okay, so yes, thank you so much, Mr. John. Bayo, please ask on the group chat. Ask on the group chat, then I can ask other people as well so that we can get something. Yeah. I think assessing Cambridge platform itself, you should get resources there. Yeah, I think so too. But just please send the question to the group chat so that other people can see, and then I can also ask some other people. All right, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you. Till we meet again in April, the first Saturday in April, where you'll be sitting with me, because I will be the person taking our next session on being authentic in the classroom. We'll be talking on authenticity, building authenticity in the classroom. It is very, very important. You don't want to teach like another teacher. Every teacher is unique. So you want to teach as yourself, you as a person. So I'll be taking that in the coming month. See you In April, thank you so much to our Director of Teachers Training and Development, Soluwani Ashimi. Thank you, Tolu, for putting this together. I appreciate you. And till we meet again next month. Goodbye. Thank you so much, Mr. Fredrick. We appreciate you. The Fresh Look Africa appreciates you. We will see you soon. Bye, everyone. Bye.